Welcome back to the Walk Ons. Make sure, once again, you follow us on all of our social media on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitch, all that stuff that's on the side of our cameras there. Make sure you go ahead and follow us on those type of platforms, and then follow us on our website at www.freethinkersradio.com. And throughout the show tonight, make sure you comment. Make sure you see any kind of questions you have for us or even for Corey. You know, he'll be here for a little bit. So make sure you send your questions right now, right there on our Facebook page and on Twitter. So we'd love to hear from you. Once again, on our table, former USC running back and founder of CB3 Athletics, we have Mr. Corey Boyd. Corey, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Thank you guys for having me. How's everything?
It's feeling great. It's good to have you.
Good.
I remember watching you over the years. You know?
Wow, seems so long ago.
Yeah, man.
Been over 10 years.
10 years,
yeah.
man. How you feel, man?
I'm feeling good. Feeling healthy. Feeling like I can still get out there and do what I need to do, but nevertheless, I'm okay. I don't get all that.
So what you been doing as of late since leaving USC? You know, a lot of people saying, "Oh, Corey, I can't wait to see him again."
Wow, I've been doing a lot. I've been traveling. I played ball across seas in the CFL for about 4 years. Played in the NFL for 2 years. You know, have seen the ups and downs of the business. And once I stopped playing, I decided to, you know, try to help the youth and a little bit better than what, you know, some of the local coaches and the coaches that are around are doing.
Now, I know you been at USC when Lou Holtz was there, of course.
Yes.
And I know you've seen Spurrier, too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now I've been through 3 coaches so far since you've been gone. What you thought about this past season?
I think this season was a great look for what the future holds. You know, we have great talent. We have the great coaches that are there. I think Spurrier left the program at the right time to allow, you know, Muschamp to come in, bring his staff, and bring his swagger and flow to it. And the guys have been responding. So sky's the limit for the program. We're due for a SEC championship or a run at that national championship.
We're still praying, Robbie. Hear that, Robbie? We're still praying.
Gotta have hope. Gotta have hope.
So tell us about CB3 Athletics.
Well, CB3 Athletics is a program that I created after I played ball in the CFL. It was like I heard God talk to me the same way I'm talking to you guys. I wanted to know what was my next step. You know, I put everything into football my whole entire life, and I just wanted to make sure that the next part of my career would be something that's as long as, you know, football was for me. And, you know, I had a lot of young youth come to me and say, "Hey, Coach, you know, can you train me one-on-ones?" And I felt as though I couldn't give all of the young kids, you know, what I needed to give them one-on-one. So I just went out and found the right business partners to help me put some things together, and we came up with CB3 Performance about 4.5 years ago in Canada. And unfortunately, my grandmother passed, and I had to relocate, and the best place I felt as though to come would be South Carolina. You know, football was, you know, the #1 sport here. So, you know, I got a team together. We rebranded, you know, CB3 Performance to being what it is today, CB3 Athletics. And all we're looking to do is build guidance, you know, to help the kids learn a little bit more fundamentally about the game that they're playing and about their bodies and about how to learn about the whole true process of being a football player. You know, not every athlete knows it. You know, they pick up a ball and say, "Hey, I love the game," but, you know, the fundamentals, you know, is what they need to focus a lot more on, and that gets you further along in the game.
Awesome.
Yeah. Talk to us a little bit about your most memorable Gamecock moment.
Oh, wow. I have so many.
I know I got some myself.
I have moments where, you know, being in the locker room, you know, right before a game, and you can hear the stands starting to pile up. You know, when you're out there pregame, you don't really get to see everybody. It's like, wow, are people really going to come to this game? And it's like in a split second, you know, you can hear it. It's like a stampede. Everybody getting into their seats, getting ready for that 2001. And it's just, you know, Cocky's in the cage. He's going crazy. The smoke. And
Hey, I got to admit, though, I didn't know until like 2 years that how he gets to the cage.
I still don't know.
I found out
magic.
2 years ago.
It's magic.
Yeah.
It's magic. But it's a
not
great
magic no more to me.
experience.
It's not matching no more now.
Tell it, Dan. Tell it.
No, I'm not gonna no. I'm not spilling that. I'll leave that alone. But I got to be able to find out.
All right, Corey, I want to ask you a little bit about the running game and the approach of the two different coaches. I know Lou Holtz, he's kind of known for wanting to pound the ball a little bit and play defense a little bit more, and Spurrier, he likes to throw it around a little bit more. So, well, I mean, what are your thoughts on that as far as Holtz, having that reputation as wanting to run it a little bit more, but Spurrier, he liked to dump it off to the backs too in the running and quick screen game to the running backs. So your thoughts on their approach to running the ball?
It's very tough when you're a runner that you like getting the handoffs and pounding it in between the tackles and the guards, but he gave me a different approach, to the game because he also let me go out the slot, Lou Holtz, I'm speaking about. And that helped me transition over into a Spurrier's offense where he wanted to, fun and gun and more so draws and screens. I was kind of nervous at the beginning, because I'm coming from an environment where, I had to touch the ball at least 25 times a game in high school just to get down here to South Carolina. And then when I got here, I came in with, Demetrius Summers, who was one of the state's, best running backs at the time. And we both were young, and I didn't know what to expect. Lou Holtz, we knew of him when he was at Notre Dame and what he could do there. But we didn't know if it would translate to the game that we were playing today, and I guess that's why we didn't have as much success. We were running, tackling and playing 42 play scrimmages in practice, just to build toughness, but that wasn't good on the body, and it wasn't sustaining for us for a long season. Then when, Spurrier came in, it was a little bit better to make adjustments in the game, and he knew his personnel, and he was a players type coach, as much people don't know it, but he was very strict on perfection. He was a perfectionist, and that's what helped me as far as my approach to the game is being more fundamentally sound on those little things.
So you felt probably more fresh-legged when Spurrier was there? And then,
not at all, not really, because I've never really had that, not putting my offensive line down. They were lovely. They got me where I am today. But, I didn't have as good of a line as a Marcus Lattimore and, or Mike Davis. But, in the Spurrier's offense, we could spread it out, and you could sneak a screen in there, a trick play in there. And, you didn't have to work as hard because all you needed to do was be in a spot. And if you were there, the play would definitely make you look good. So in the Lou Holtz offense, it was more so you had to work for every bit of yardage and everything that you got.
What would it have taken for you if you were projected a first round, top 10 draft pick to come back for your senior year?
Honestly, I was pressed on that situation my junior year. I had just came back from a year-long break, and I was my redshirt year, and I had a successful junior year. And it was like, man, should I go to college? The money is there, and I would say to every kid, just sit back and really think about what's more important, the education. Money is going to come. I've had millions, I've lost millions, had millions again, but it's the mind, You can't take that education away from you. But on that field, that's what NFL stands for, is not for long, and everybody needs to understand that. If you do get the chance to, get drafted and have the opportunity to make millions, I wouldn't turn a kid down. But please remember the importance of the education. Go back, get your education, because money is going to come, it's going to go very fast. It's a currency. That's what it stands for. Continue to flow.
When we come back for this commercial break, we continue this conversation with Corey Boyd as we talk more about his USC time and also more about his CB3 athletics. So stay tuned right here on the Walk Ons.
What's up, family? It's your man, Akintunde from the Akintunde Show, a.k.a. the Grown Man Podcast. Major announcement, family. The Ox Show is moving to the Freethinkers Radio Network. That's right, streaming, downloads, Facebook Live, YouTube. It's everywhere. Guess what? I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all, family. Peace. Akintunde.
Welcome back to the Walk Ons. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media: Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, all that good stuff, and follow our website at www.freethinkersradio.com. You can see all of our past episodes and all of our other shows that's also on the network. So make sure you check that out and follow us on our podcasts on iHeartRadio and on iTunes. As once again, all of our episodes is on that also, from show number 1 all the way to now. So go ahead and give that a look, and make sure you share that with your friends and family, all that good stuff. Get the name out there as we're on all of our platforms. Once again, on our table today, we got Mr. Corey Boyd, former UC running back and founder of CB3 Athletics. Corey, now, like we said, with the season pass for USC, you saw how that went. Mm-hmm. What do you expect for USC in the future?
Nothing but greatness. We got a little quarterback controversy that may be stirred up, but that's college football. That's college football. With the new offensive coordinator coming in, we seen glimpses in the bowl game, what our offense could be coming back from, the deficit that we had. We were able to put up some points. I think now we need to, spread the ball out a little bit more. See what type of other wide receivers and playmakers we have. We know we have some good running backs. We know we have some good linemen. But we need to make sure that we have consistency with the quarterback and also with the wide receivers. Our defense have taken a great leap, from 2 years, even last year, to where we are now. And I think that's what's giving us the success, the defense. Defense has always been our strength at Carolina, but it wears a defense down when your offense can't put up as many points. And I think, with the young quarterbacks that we have coming in the program, they're fresh, they're open to, running and doing other things that previous quarterbacks weren't able to do in our offense.
Yeah, if some of y'all should remember at the beginning of the show when we first started, I was going in on the Cyclones defense. From every player, every player, even the middle name.
We went that for a couple of weeks. We was there for that.
Name. Yeah, but with the hiring of McClendon, you can see once again the fast tempo that he's trying to institute. So with Jordan coming and all the other pieces coming.
A lot of RPO. I seen that was one thing that was missing in our offense. We were very bland. It was just, we knew what we were going to do. No one really stepped up to the plate as much as we needed it to. In Carolina, we're used to having a big play receiver out there. May it be Alshon Jeffrey, or either Sidney Rice or, Ace Saunders, somebody that we can get the ball to and make some things happen. And when Samuel went down, it really showed that we were very young and that we needed some more playmakers to step in.
Yeah, question for Braden coming, that'd be great.
So you spoke a few minutes ago on fundamentals.
Yes, sir.
Now the league is focused on safety and preventing head injuries and things like that. Do you think those changing fundamentals have helped or hurt the sport itself? And does that affect how you train these younger guys now?
I mean, well, you got to look at it on both sides. It hurts and it helps. It helps educate, younger athletes on how to play the game correctly. And also, it hurts because we were all taught that this is a man's game. It's tough, Injuries are going to happen. Any football player that's playing this game, you have to be a little bit insane to continue to get up and put your body through those type of, rigorous regimens and things of that nature and playing this game. So, it hurts and it helps, but at the same time, it betters the game of football, because it's not just about, physicality. It's also about your mental as well and your spiritual. So to help kids understand the playing the game is a lot smarter, I think will help, for longevity of careers in the game of football in general.
Okay.
Awesome. Any other notable coaches that's also helping you with this league coming up?
Well, we have a whole bunch of young youth coaches that we're trying to reach out to help us with the program. We try to stay away from as much as the high school because we want the kids to enjoy their time with their high school coaches. But as far as the middle school and the youth levels, we want to make sure that they get all of the fundamentals that they can, a little bit of advanced training as well, so that they can, speak the same language as their high school coaches, so that when they get into the door, it's not a big transition for them. It's an easy transition for them, and that they can go out and just be themselves and play.
Awesome.
Tell us about the location that you're holding these camps and who all is welcome to come out and be a part of it. Starting
February the 3rd and the 4th, every weekend from 12 to 2, and from 2 to 4 we'll be at 903 Huger Street, Columbia, South Carolina, 29201, at Apex Athletic Performance. Space is running out. We're maxing out. Last year we had about 75 kids that participated in the program just in the Midlands. We just put up the post as far as registering about a week ago. We're already halfway there, halfway from 75. So, it's filling up very quickly. So if you're in the Midlands area and you're looking to get your kids better, for 8 weekends strong on the off season winter program, we'll be at Apex.
Awesome.
So all positions, not just running back.
All positions. One thing I always preach to all of the athletes is don't just lock yourself into one position when you're young. Your body hasn't filled out yet, and it's so much that you can learn. Keep your feet. Get versatile. Show your versatility. That's what most coaches want to see, even if you're an offensive lineman to a kicker. Okay.
And where can they register again?
They can register online at www.cb3athletics.com. On the home page, you can find the tab at in the middle of the page.
Awesome. Well, we got a little bit of time here. We can talk about some NFL before you go.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. So, what you thought about this year's playoffs so far? Of course, we're not used to seeing the Jaguars in there. We're not used to seeing the Eagles in there often. They usually be gone after the season.
I think the Jinx will come back in at some point. Who? The Jinx. It's always something that Philly just can't get it right when it comes to championships in football. But I believe this year, they might shock a little bit, but they'll get to the championship.
Underdogs again. They've been riding underdog role. They were underdogs.
Who did they just beat this
Atlanta.
Week? Who did they just beat?
Who, Eagles?
They beat Atlanta, right?
Atlanta.
I did say Georgia's football was cursed, right? I said that last week, right? All right. Okay, just want to make sure.
But
I think Atlanta's just a choke state right now.
Yeah, Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia Bulldogs. Yeah, but the fact, I'll tell you one thing, the Saints probably feel the exact same way. You can see on the screen how he got the ball. Now, Corey, you see that tackle form right there.
He was hitting the shoulder lean.
I will show you
That's called a Ric Flair.
This the meme that I saw earlier. The Ray Lewis. The Ray Lewis entrance.
Oh, wow.
And how he looking. Now, that's bad tackle form. Do you agree?
Yeah,
head down. That's perfect for teaching. They try to tell you to keep your head up and see what you hit. He didn't see what he was hitting,
He said in the interview that he was just going to make a big hit.
Yeah.
But apparently,
young guy. He's young. He'll learn. But he's had a great year. Unfortunately, it came down to this last play that he'll be judged off of for a good while in his career. But I actually nodded off on this play because I thought it was over. I did.
I went to the kitchen, started cooking, and then I see the end of this.
Yeah, my godson actually got up and walked out. He looked at me because we had a small little bet going on that.
Oh yeah.
That his team would be playing someone else. He's an Eagles fan, so that's why
I'm a Panthers fan, so
I am too.
Yes, hey, my dog. That's what
we need a lot of help. Cam needs a lot of help.
We need you to suit up. That's what we need.
Yeah, make it.
I suit up in the
you played for the
uniform.
Bucks, but you're a Panthers fan, right?
Yeah.
Hey, we take that home field advantage.
But the funny part about it, I was always a Carolina fan growing up. And actually, I wish that I would have got drafted by them. But hey, you know, Tampa came and called. You know, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Divisional rival.
Oh, yeah.
You can sign up for CB3 Athletics at cb3athletics.com. Is this your personal phone number on flyer?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Always.
803-636-5387. You can call Coach Boyd, Corey Boyd, to get signed up right here for CB3 Athletics. Corey Boyd, thank you for coming, man.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Corey.
What's up, y'all? This is Real Food Minute. I'm Diesel. It's your boy, the California King. And right now we're in downtown Lexington, my hometown. And we're gonna try this barbecue joint called Roy's Grill.
What we have here are our smoked chicken nachos. You can also get these in pulled pork, and at times we offer them and beef brisket as well. So all of your bases covered there. These are our pulled pork egg rolls.
If you have not, make sure you watch us on Facebook Live so you hear the extended behind the scenes conversation about all that's going on with all the topics that we talk about. But now we're fit to talk to Allen University's wrestling coach, Mr. Robert Hemingway.
Oh, this is good
the
stuff.
Wrestling
Hollywood.
coach
In the house,
the
man.
first HBCU wrestling program, I believe, right?
That's it, baby.
Wow.
We're on the map. Man. Hey, we're doing it.
Awesome.
Wait, did you say first?
Well,
HBCU?
what it is we're the HBCU period as of now. We're the historical black college with a wrestling program.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's
it's amazing.
major. That's major.
It's good.
Now, tell me how it all got started. Like, what made you decide to to get this restarted at Allen University at that?
Well, basically, I approached Allen like 3 years ago and just did a proposal, took it in, and said this is what I wanted to start. And then we had a lot of support. And then eventually, it manifested after that. And we put together a 3-year run so far, and we've been blessed.
Now, I know Allen University, it's been around since Jesus was here. So
it's my college, man. It's yeah.
So tell me how they perceiving, the wrestling program.
Well, they're giving us a lot of support, man. We're getting support all over, and that's the best thing. Everybody always look at Allen as just athletics now, but now our academics are up, and we're reaching out not just for athletes, we're reaching out for students,
Mm-hmm.
So at the same time, we're just getting love and support, and anything we need so far, we didn't have a problem in getting for the program.
That's cool. That's cool. Tell us a little bit about your players, your wrestlers. I guess that's
Wrestlers, wow.
Technical term.
We average about 30 or plus on campus now.
Wow.
And, and we're getting bigger. We got them from all over. You know, we're not just centrally South Carolina, Georgia. We got them from Florida. Got them upstate from as far as Baltimore, as far as over as Alabama. So we have a variety and diversity there at the college also.
Oh, wow.
So it's a blessing.
Where's your farther? Oh, gracious. Excuse my grammar. All the English teacher,
yeah, I like that farther.
That's that country accent right
The
there.
furthest. Where's the furthest? Where's your furthest place?
California. California. We have one from Bakersfield, California. That's the farthest we have.
Ooh.
And this year we got a few more that's coming from basically in those areas.
Now,
also.
I think last year, I believe, Hollywood, you played against University of South Carolina wrestling program.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Man, it was so good they didn't want to wrestle us no more. We beat those guys real bad. And I felt bad because we should at least gave those guys some sandwiches after we beat them. But yeah, it was real good. USC, they came over and we took care of business. They wouldn't wrestle us this year. They said they had some conflicts. But when you win by over 30 points, you have conflicts. They don't want to see you again.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, with the tournament, I know y'all won a tournament, I believe.
Yeah.
This month or last month, I believe.
This past month, last month, we won the Tallahassee. It's a similar, well, they always say the Florida State tournament down there in Tallahassee, Florida. Took first place, and then we also took second place in the team. And then we went to the Mid-South the following week and placed in the top 10 out of about 16 teams all over the country. So that was good.
I think that is just something really amazing that you've done there. I've been born and raised here. I'm born and raised here. Actually, my dad did some things with Alan back in his day, like woo, back Jerry Curl.
I like that.
I would really like to see what you've done, with helping expand Alan. I know they've done some things to expand. And so I think that's really cool. It's a very interesting part of the culture of Columbia, especially our African American culture. And so I think that's something really cool. So we've been talking about all this March Madness and everything. Okay. So I don't know a ton about wrestling. Right. I know we get to wear those tights.
Yeah, the tight shorts. We be flexing those too.
Those one piece.
Yeah.
How does playoffs work? Is there like a bracket?
Playoffs.
Yeah, let me explain that. We just got accepted into the conference now. We're in a conference.
Okay, so you're in a conference.
Yeah, it's the athletic conference. So we call it the Appalachian Athletic Conference. So that's going to be no conference. It consists of 4 teams. So it'll be the same thing. You wrestle basically, I guess, each one of them once and twice, and then you have the conference champion. Then it goes on just like a bracket.
Awesome.
So, and then you have individuals, which will have a top wrestler, like a 125-pounder, and they'll put them in a bracket with all 4, and then they have the first, second, and third. So we do have a full conference, and that's an NAIA conference, too, so that's real good.
Oh, wow.
And that will come in 2000 next year.
Hey!
And we're rolling, baby. We're rolling.
Awesome.
And having as many wrestlers as you do,
man,
you're killing the weight classes.
Yeah,
you're good.
Yeah.
Sufficient.
Well, like I said, the university, now we're making a lot of changes. I want everybody to understand that. Go walk on Allen and see Allen now. You're seeing the dorms. Everything is getting fixed up.
I can tell it's getting different now.
And you can see that, and that's what our president, and everybody's on. You got to be buyed in. Our president told us you have to be invested in. And now he's showing, hey, I'm going to make a difference here. We love Benedict. We love USC, but it's time for Allen to get them now. Everybody know we've been there. Like you said, we've been there.
Yes.
But there's historic in Allen. I had to learn, man. They had the Chappelle Auditorium. We just opened the auditorium. I mean, it's unbelievable, some of the history and people who's been through that college. So now we're bringing it back, and we're going to do it the right way. And we're starting our athletics. We're starting from there, and then our academics, and we want everybody to come on.
Awesome. To know more about Allen University's wrestling program, make sure you visit their website, and to learn more about seasons they play. I know they probably start what month?
When does it start?
October.
October. So
and we are recruiting too. So our recruiting is real good. So, and that's for athletes and students. So we want to put that out there.
We'll be back.
What's up, family? It's your man, I Can Tune from the I Can Tune Show, aka the Grown Man Podcast. Major announcement, family. The Ox Show is moving to the Freethinkers Radio Network. That's right, streaming, downloads, Facebook Live, YouTube, it's everywhere. Guess what? I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all, family. Peace. I Can Tune.
Really, Chris, you just gonna put my middle name on Facebook Live for everybody?
Hey, welcome back to the Walk Ons. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media at the Walk Ons Radio on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Periscope, YouTube, all that stuff that's on the screen that you see right now. Go ahead and follow us there at the Walk Ons Radio and visit our website at www.freethinkersradio.com. On the phone, he is a coach, he's an educator, he's a program director, he's an entrepreneur. He is currently heading up grassroots community development movement to raise $5 from 5,000 people over the next 9 months. To learn more and donate, you can visit his website on Jamal Kennard Facebook page, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's on the Facebook page somewhere. Is that right, Jamal?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely, most definitely.
On the phone, we have Jamal Kennard from Charlotte, North Carolina. How you feeling, man?
I'm good. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good. We're having some great discussions. We haven't discussed about Zion Williamson. I'm pretty sure you heard about him over the weekend.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
But a lot of discussion about his decision and all that good stuff. So Jamal, tell me about what you do, man. Tell me about your program day going on over there.
Man, we can break it down by title, man. I'm an educator. I work in the high schools here, and I work for a nonprofit called Communities in Schools, and I'm an education career coach. So basically exposing students to learning outside the four walls of the schoolhouse to get them prepared to do what they got to do there so they can get prepared for life. So college tours, job shadowing, bringing in speakers, resume, interviewing skills, that type of stuff. So that's what I do for my regular job as an educator. I'm a coach, specializing in baseball, also performance-wise as well. I work at a facility up here called Trifecta. We're currently training student athletes, both on the tutoring side and on the baseball side, and also working, man, to build our own Black-owned baseball league.
Awesome.
Yeah. So when you think about Black baseball players, when you're coming up, and you had Ken Griffey, you had Barry Bonds, Ricky Henderson, Deion Sanders, guys like that. And those guys were great at what they call the five tools: running, for speed, hit for average, hit for power, strong arm, so on and so forth. So in our league, we're not really going to be playing games. We're going to highlight those five tools for our players. So we're going to have a home run derby. We're going to have a throwing from the outfield competition, a base running competition to try to build that thing back up, get players more excited about playing ball, and hopefully have some earning potential around those things that we're good at as Black baseball players. Yeah, so
that's dope, bro.
That is.
That's what we're working towards now, man. And then the last piece is, man, I own, I co-founded and run my own nonprofit here called Time Foundation.
Wow.
We mentor young men in grades 7 through 12 when it comes to the 5 states of readiness. So the 5 states are the mental, spiritual, emotional, financial, and physical parts of becoming a man. So,
bro, we need to talk. I need to talk to you.
I tell you, he got a lot of stuff on.
That's serious, for real, man.
So
I need to talk to him for real.
So Jamal, tell me what motivates you to do what you do now. All those things are great. I know a lot of people, especially myself, wants to do more in their career. I'm a graphic designer also. I do this and then I do a lot of other stuff on the side too. So what motivates you to do what you do now?
Man, I think just growing up and just seeing where our people come from, man. It's like I grew up in a small town, Newberry, South Carolina, man. You're talking about, country, and we had most of our,
East
you know what I
country.
mean?
Oh, man.
Right, you know what I mean? And see, exactly, people see Newberry, they call me a country. I mean, the city boy where I'm from.
Really?
So it's places in South Carolina even worse than Newberry. You know what I mean?
I can make this for you.
Wow.
Right, exactly. So to hear that, man, and to see our people in the state that we're in, we gotta attack this problem from a holistic approach. We can't just focus on one area. We gotta attack it on all fronts, man. Because we so far behind. We running the race, and we had the people in front of us got a 400-year head start. So we gotta do a lot to catch up, man. Especially economically when it comes to this thing.
Oh, well, Jamal, this is the Harvard guy, Gary. I'm glad you're getting the young men interested in baseball again, because we really don't have a lot of black baseball players at the major league level. What do you think has happened over the years for the young black men not to enjoy baseball? Growing up, I was a big baseball player, big baseball fan, but over the years, it seems like more players from Hispanic players have come into the league, or the Caucasian players have now taken over the majority of the league. What has happened to the young black men as far as baseball is concerned?
Well, it's three things that happened, man. It's been very strategic. One, high schools. Most high schools around the country have gone to neighborhood schools. So that means that you go to the school in which your neighborhood, you go to the school in which the neighborhood is in. So you take that approach. Most parents, when they choose a place to live, they're going to go to the economically stable neighborhoods, right? And when you think about white ball players, they're going to go to where other white ball players, and parents going to take them there. So when you have black parents who can't afford to move into those neighborhoods, now you have a high concentrated area where most schools dominate in basketball, schools dominate in baseball, other schools dominate in football. You rarely hear about a school dominating all three sports. Right, we did when we came up. You know what I mean? So we had all three good teams. That's unheard of now because schools are so concentrated based on neighborhood. Two, that travel ball AAU has killed the game. Everybody in their daddy has a team now just because they can afford it.
We actually had this discussion a long time ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, exactly. And youth sports has become $1 billion industry. We're lying to these parents. We're saying they're going to get recruited if they come play in these tournaments, knowing that no college coach is going to be there. And if they are, they better collect a check, not see their son or their daughter play. So that's the second thing. And when you talk about Hispanic and Latino players, man, they were smart. The Latino players that came into the league, they said, you know what, I'm going to take my money that I earn and I'm going to invest it back into my country. So instead of them staying over here in the States building facilities that make players better, they went back to Dominican Republic, Venezuela, and they built those major league academies there because schooling is not a big thing. All those kids do is play baseball all day. All day. So
true. They
have a whole lot more time to work on their craft, and then you can sign a kid over there for $5,000. They think they got the world. $5,000 here. You think about me going to college, or I'm getting $5,000. I'm gonna choose a college education all day. But so we got to educate people on that piece. Though, but those are the three things I think that have happened that have kept black kids out of ball. And if it's a fourth piece, baseball equipment is so expensive. $400 for a bat, $200 for a glove. You got to buy cleats. You got to buy your own helmet.
So for $200, so catch everything but the baseball.
Exactly.
Well, I'm glad you're in the community trying to get this started back again, because I would love to see the young black kids out there playing ball and hopefully making it to the next level.
Well, I want to ask you this because I commend you so much on what you're doing because that's been a real big passion of mine as well. And that's why I said, man, I have to talk to you because that's so serious because I'm from Ohio. But the biggest thing is when you look at these parents and you look at all of these kids, what is the number one thing sticks out to you, not just from paying attention to our community? Do you believe it really comes down to that we just don't we don't take the time to educate ourselves, that we don't take the time to actually learn it?
Yeah, actually, Jamal, hold that thought.
Yeah, please.
After a commercial break, we're going to answer that question. So make sure everybody on Facebook, if you got any questions or comments for Jamal, make sure you go ahead and send those in now. And when we come back for commercial break, we're going to continue talking with Mr. Jamal Kennard from Charlotte, North Carolina. So stay tuned right here on the Walk Ons.
Appreciate it.
What's up, y'all? This is Real Food Minute. I'm Diesel. It's your boy, the California King. And right now we're in downtown Lexington, my hometown. And we're gonna try out this barbecue joint called Roy's Grill.
What we have here are our smoked chicken nachos. You can also get these in pulled pork, and at times we offer them and beef brisket as well. So all of your bases covered there. These are our pulled pork egg rolls.
Welcome back to the show. Make sure you follow us on our social media at the Walk Ons Radio, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. And also visit our website at www.freethinkersradio.com. I almost forgot the website.
Wow. That's why we need Chris.
It's been a long week.
Man.
I had my whistle tooth pulled last Wednesday on this mess, and it's like kicking in and out.
Brother, I'm going to need you to work on that right away there.
It's getting better. I was sick the first 2 weeks of January, and then now the whistle tooth. So, it's been a long January.
Something real mean, but I'm not.
No, you're on air. You're on air. On the phone, we have Jamal Kennard from Charlotte, North Carolina. Jamal, you used to play you tried out for the Philadelphia Phillies, right?
Well, yeah, I went to spring training with them and ended up getting signed to a team out in Michigan, the Midwest Sliders. And my career ended shortly after that when I tore my labrum in my right shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you gotta be able to work hard for it. 'Cause, a lot of people train their bodies up and down. You gotta make sure you gotta stay right fit for that too. So
I agree.
But no, yeah, Chris. I mean, Jamal, I really wanted to ask you that question, man, because I'm paying attention to our communities, man, and I'm paying attention to it and seeing that the emphasis a lot of people are putting on for these kids. As you know, we were just talking over the break. But how important is it to you to make sure that our communities and people are educated, like I asked you before, on this? Because I think we're not really educated on and just know the importance of what we're doing.
Definitely, man. I agree, man. We even talk about the Zion Williams commitment. I think it's great for him. Terrible for the coach, though. Yes. I think a player like that, he has to understand. His parents has to understand like how much leverage he actually has. He's going to go pro no matter what school he goes to.
Correct.
Right. So why not go to a HBCU put that school on the map, get more TV time, more revenues coming into your own community right there. So now we can attract more people. Now we don't have to go begging to Duke or Chapel Hill or whatever school for scholarships, because there's only one Zion Williams, like there's one LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, so on and so forth. There's a lot of Jamal Kennards out there who were probably good enough to play on the next level, man, but just didn't get the right break because I didn't have freakish athletic ability. But you look at the Duke roster, what's my man's name that got a temper problem? Grayson Allen.
Yeah.
You should be at a D2 school. Quit tripping. Like, you know,
literally a figure because he trips.
Right, yeah. You should be at a D2 school. How did you get recruited by Duke? And how are you going to the same team that Zion Williams is on? That's crazy to me.
But you're right, and I'm not trying to cut you off, but
go ahead.
When you just saying what you just said, that is huge.
But how many people thought about that?
Yeah. And the thing is, but the thing is we don't educate ourselves. The problem with our community is the fact that we'll sit up. See sports in general. We get so caught up in the illusion that everybody puts out there, and we're so caught up in this illusion of what we see. I have to go to this school. I have to go to that school. I have to. If I don't get the D1 offer, I can't go pro. That's not true. And the thing is, I mean, I'll take it like this. I'm gonna go and use a school that a lot of people don't even know about, but is one of the top D3 schools in the nation, and which is called Mount Union. Mount Union, one of the top D3 schools, and Pierre Garçon looked just like everybody on this set. Went and is playing professional football. It has nothing to do with what division or what level you're playing on. It's the caliber of player. I will admit there are politics, but because I mean that comes with sports. That comes with a job. That just comes with anything you do. But think about this, and a lot of people don't pay attention. Pay attention to what LeBron is doing. He has he may play in Cleveland, but understand what he does in the city of Akron. He opened up a school.
And more stuff.
A school, and he's doing it for the community because he grew up in the inner city, and that's why. And that's why I asked you that, because the education portion of it is huge. We got to get off of this pipe dream and all this other craziness that we on, and focus on educating ourselves, knowing like you got to do as the Romans do. You figure out what they doing, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. Everybody else doing it. All the other cultures doing it. Why we ain't doing it?
Right. It's a cultural commitment, man. We got to have a commitment to our culture. That don't make us racist. It is like I'm committed to us. You know, I'm gonna look out for us first and foremost. Now, every other ethnic background does it.
That's it.
But you know, we're caught into that what some people call a slavery mindset, man. We think white is right, and I think we got to get away from that. And we got to understand that, man. We had this back in 1970. Grambling University, and what's the school up there in Baltimore? HBCU. I can't think of the name right now. Howard, not Howard. I can't think of the name right now. But they sold out Yankee Stadium for a football game in 1970.
Wow.
You know, you think about Jerry Rice, Mississippi Valley State. You think about Shannon Sharp, Savannah State. These guys, that was the only option they had, and they took it.
You must be
but
talking
somewhere
about
along the line, somewhere along the line, man, we got caught up, and we thought that we got to go to these schools
and the sad part
to get put on.
The sad part is the majority of the athletes are black men, black women.
Right. Exactly.
If we understood how talented, our community is so talented, but the problem is that we're talented and understand things physically, but mentally we forget everything else in life. Yeah. That's our problem.
Exactly.
Jamal, we are out of time.
Straight up, bro. Yeah, we gotta talk.
We gotta talk some more. I like this conversation. For more information about Jamal Kennard, you can visit his Facebook page. Or do you got a website, Jamal?
Yeah, man, we got a website, www.time2empower.com. And if you want to donate to my 5 for 5,000 fundraiser, go to give.classy.org/Lakewood.
Awesome. Jamal, thanks for calling in, man.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you having me.